Welcome to part 24 of our B44.2 build, and we're going to tackle the rear suspension. And we finally made it all the way to bag letter O, and we're very close to completing the major work on this chassis. And once again, we have a lot of just tiny minuscule parts, so I'm just going to go ahead and just open up these bags, and these bags do have a certain order to them, and I'm just going to go ahead and just spread them out to my Cow RC magnetic mat. So just, I'm just going to just spread these out just a little bit better and keep everything just kind of in one place. So one thing is just that if you lose one of these parts, it's going to be harder to find. Also, this actually includes quite a bit of parts. One of my favorite parts is the aluminum components and parts on here. And what we do is we just go ahead and just drop in a ball bearing. And just so you know, the factory team versions of Team Associated kits come with a lot of aluminum, which is great. It makes the cars lighter and travels a little faster. And you could argue aluminum could be more durable or less durable, but I do prefer aluminum components if possible. So we'll go ahead and just get this ball bearing in there. And also in the middle of the ball bearing is a small crush tube, and sometimes the crush tubes don't quite fit in nicely, so just make sure that things don't fall out. So sometimes when you place in these components, the crush tubes tend to fall out. Also, the camber links, there's an A and there's a B camber link, and just so you're aware that the B camber link has some holes spaced a little differently. For this build, I'm going to use the A camber link until I get used to driving this car, and if I want to change it up, I'll use the B camber link. So apologize, I'm just a little out of frame here. I'm trying to screw in the A component to here. I mean, not the A component, but the ball stud. I'm trying to put the ball stud in there. Now I'm trying to get the A component on there, and it just takes 2 screws to screw this one into the aluminum hub tower. So just want to get those in there, and just grab the other screw. And then next component we'll be getting is the ball stud, and this is the longer black ball stud, and we'll put that in there. And I'm going to put this in the 3rd hole. So we'll get that into place, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab my wrench and screw this in. So we're going to go ahead and just put this in there. And after I screw this in, I'm going to go and grab one of those dust foam covers to snap that into place there. So there we go. And there we are. Just put in the dust foam cover. That's great. And then we're going to go ahead and build out the other side. And so whatever you do, we just do it twice. So once again, just 2 screws to get the aluminum hub tower, and then to the molded camber link, and this is just part A again. So we'll get that in there. And now I'm just going ahead and drop in my ball bearing. Actually, the ball bearing fell out, so I'll just push it back in. So now I'm just going ahead and screw in the 2nd screw in there. Alright, then we'll grab the black ball stud, and this is the longer one, and we'll put this in the 3rd hole. There we are. And that is going to be screwed in place. Then we'll just go ahead and once this is in, so just a few more turns, there we are, we'll put in the dust foam cover on there, and that is going to be all set. Great. Got that in there, and I'm just pushing in the ball bearing. The ball bearing just keeps popping out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and tackle the out drives, and we're going to go ahead and put in 3 shims on here. And these axle shims are, so you just put in 3. Then we're just going to go ahead and put in 1 shim in here to cover right before the ball bearing. Next, we're going to grab our hinge pin. It's just the not a hinge pin, it's a retaining pin, and we want to place that in there. Actually, I'm going to put in the plastic. I always forget. I always want to put in the pin in there, but I should actually put in the hex in there and keep that in place too. There we are. Once you have the hex in there, we'll just thread it in with a screw there, and we should be pretty much set. So let's go ahead and thread this one in. And I don't want to over tighten it, but I do want it very tight. There we are. And just tighten it again. And that is all set. And I'm just checking to see if the CVA is moved. That's great. So once again, just 3 axle shims on there. There we go. Then we put in our aluminum hub tower there. We thread that through. Then 1 more axle shim. Then we'll grab the retaining clip. Just want to just push it in the middle there. Then we grab our hex, and that is sitting nice. And then we drop in our retaining screw, and then we just twist this in. There we are, and we are all set building out the rear suspension, and it's just that easy.